My guests today are Cathy Lytch, Tamela Jones, and Reneé Adams. All three of these nice ladies are here today to talk about the foster parenting program here in Brunswick County. Ladies, welcome to our show.
Thanks.
Thank you.
To my immediate left is Cathy Lytch. You're the program administrator.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about how a child comes into foster care and how many children are in care here in the county.
We currently have approximately 145 children in the custody of the Department of Social Services. And children come into custody typically because there's been something that's happened in their home that it's not a safe environment for them. And when that happens, we go out, we investigate, and try to make a plan with the parents. And if that doesn't work out, then we end up taking them into the department's custody and place them either with relatives while the department has custody or place them in foster homes.
They're of all ages.
All ages. Right now, our youngest child we have in custody is 2 months old and our oldest is 18.
Wow. And you have a number of foster parents throughout the county that accept these very worthy young children.
We have a few foster parents right now that are the department's foster parents that are in Brunswick County, and the rest of the children end up going to homes in other counties, which makes it difficult for us to work with their parents and for them to see their parents, their other relatives on a regular basis. And it has a negative impact on the children. We have to move them because they can't go to their same school and they lose their friends. So it's a big disruption, which is why.
So one of the messages here today is that you're looking for more very qualified foster parents.
Yes.
Is financial assistance available?
Yes, the department gives a stipend to individuals to help them meet the needs of the child. So, clothing and feeding, shoes, activities, all of that's
Sure.
expensive, and so we do provide that.
Absolutely. Ms. Jones, we'll turn to you very briefly. What are the requirements for becoming a foster parent? How does one become a foster parent?
Well, the state has some minimum requirements. You have to be at least 21 years old. You have to be financially stable to take care of your own obligations. You have to agree to a criminal record background check by the department and provide a safe and appropriate home for the child. And your medical provider also has to approve and sign off that you are physically and mentally capable to care for children.
Now, tell us a little bit more about the training.
We provide the model approach to partnership and parenting training, which is required for all foster and adoptive parents. It's a 30-hour training. There is no cost, and we provide it there at the department. And the adults in the home that are 21 and older who will be parenting or taking responsibility and caring for the children need to be trained.
Let's turn to you, Reneé. You're a foster parent.
I am.
It must be very, very rewarding to do that.
It is.
Tell us, before we went on air, you told me of having been a foster parent for a number of years and for a number of children. Tell us more.
Right. My husband and I have been foster parents for 6 years. And inside our home, we've had approximately right at 25 children. And out of those 25 children, we have adopted 3 children who are now our own. So it is a blessing. People say, you probably bless those children's lives, and actually those children bless us more than ever.
Well, you're doing God's work.
Yes.
How'd you get involved?
Well, kind of long story short, we were unable to have children, and we had tried several times, and we just decided to stop, and we decided we wanted to adopt. And we looked at the choice of adopting overseas, and it just didn't really, just financially didn't think we could do that, and just didn't seem right. And we decided, well, we need to probably do something in our own county and give back. And we found out about the foster care, and we went through that. And when we were going through foster care, I wasn't going there to foster. I was going there to adopt. So the good thing about that is when you do take children and you are fostering them if you're wanting to adopt. And we fell in love with fostering. It was a joy, the different children that come in your home and dealing with the parents. We actually enjoy talking with the parents, doing shared parenting. So it's something that I love. I love it. We found our niche.
And I guess things were really quiet around your home, right?
Yeah, there's always chaos in our house. It's never
Controlled
quiet.
chaos.
Yeah, but we like it. It was just great.
Well, it's great. I'm sure our viewers will thank you personally if they were here for all that you've done. I want to turn back to you, Ms. Jones. Tell us about the Foster to Adopt program.
The reason that we do the Foster to Adopt program is, like Reneé said, you know, a lot of people really would just like to adopt. But what we try to do is train foster and adoptive parents the same way, because they are dealing with foster children when they come into their home. Yeah. And we are hoping that when a child is placed in their home, if adoption does come down the road, then those parents, the foster parents, would be willing to go through the adoption. So the child is still in their environment that they have been in, you know, for several months or a couple of years.
Sure.
And it's a way to avoid from moving children from home to home.
Ms. Lytch, it occurs to me that young foster children are just like the rest of us. They face challenges of all types. I'm sure there's a support system through your offices for these children.
The social workers help them. We try to link the children as well as the foster parents and biological parents to the community resources that they need, whether it's medical needs, mental health needs. They have the support of the licensing social worker, the social worker, the other agency social workers, and as well as the other foster parents.
Excellent. Now, does one need to be married to be a foster parent?
No. They can be single. They can have a significant other in the home, but they are both, required to go through the training.
Now, one of the terms I've heard is shared parenting. Can one of you tell me more about that?
I think Renee's good at
Okay,
that.
please. Good.
Shared parenting is when you usually have a foster child that come into your home. You do want to talk with those parents, and what I've come to do is I like to call the parents right off and say, look, I'm the foster parent of this child. I'm not their mama, but I'm going to take care of them until you get on your feet. You know, I'm not here to judge you. We're just here to, till things get a little bit better. And then they go home. And a lot of times when shared parenting, we make phone calls, let the child talk to them. With babies, I've actually had the mama to take a shirt off, wear a shirt all day long, and I'll meet her and I'll grab her shirt and put the shirt in the crib so the baby will always smell their mom. I mean, it's just doing little things like that. And it gives you trust with the child in the home when you know that their mama and you are getting along, and everything's great. And, you call and tell them about homework and things that's going on in school, and it just makes the whole ordeal just a lot better, especially for that child, because that's what we're here for, is trying to help that child. So it's a great thing.
That's a great response. Thank you.
Yeah.
I know there's no typical stay, but what's the range for a child to stay in foster care? From months to years?
It could be days.
Yeah, it could be days, it could
Okay.
be months, and it could be years. And one thing that I would really like to point out is when a child comes into our custody at DSS, our goal at that point is reunification with the birth family.
Good point.
So the shared parenting piece, we really stress that in our MAP training. Makes a lot of people a little bit nervous. But in order to help reunite the child back with the family, the foster families do have to build a relationship with the birth families. And the ultimate goal is for that child to begin to trust the foster family and to build a relationship, the child and the birth family. And depending on the ending, sometimes regardless of what the ending is, everybody joins together and it just increases your family. So that's the piece of the shared parenting, plus it helps us with reunification with the family.
And if someone or a couple were interested in being a foster parent, how would they make contact with your offices?
They would contact the Department of Social Services, or they could call Tamela Jones directly.
At 910-253-2112. Also, our next training will begin January 24th. It does run for 10 weeks, and it will be there at the County DSS office. and it will be from 6 to 9 p.m. in the evenings, one evening a week.
Excellent. It's a great story that you have to tell. We thank you for being here, and we hope our viewers will know of the need for qualified foster parents here in Brunswick County. Again, thank each of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.